Hello from a grey and gloomy London. Today is the day that I try my best to show you different ways and different techniques that I use when weather conditions are like this to get the most out of your photography. Considering I am a photographer that uses light and shadow a lot, might be a challenge, but I'll try my best to show you different techniques that I use. It's Remembrance Sunday today, so we've been up here from early hours getting some photos of the day, enjoying the parade. It's sort of like a yearly tradition for me. I'm always up here on Remembrance Sunday. So I'll overlay some footage. I didn't really get any photos, but I'll overlay some footage nevertheless. And we'll go ahead and take some photos in these terrible conditions. Where's the sun gone? I miss summer already. So one of the main things is street photography doesn't have to include people. It's just about the everyday. And in London, pigeons are definitely the everyday. My scene that I'm trying to get is the negative space of the sky. See, I'm overexposing the sky a little bit just to create some negative space. And then we'll wait for a pigeon to land or fly from this pillar with the iconic Big Ben Tower in the background. It might create something. It's just a little warm-up shot at this point, but the fact that because it's misty rain as well, Big Ben is sort of diffused into the background. Not everything's pinned sharp, which creates a little bit of depth, which is quite nice as well. I'll see what I can see. Birds are an absolute nightmare to take photos of in flight because they are just quicker than you think. So moving on from Westminster, we've walked towards Trafalgar Square, and this is always a pretty decent spot to go to if you're looking for a bit of natural contrast. Now, usually when I'm talking about contrast, I'm talking about light and shadow, but because the sky is so flat, I'm talking about natural contrast here. So the light or dark of the surroundings and the contrast between your subject. So someone might be wearing really dark clothing in this area, but because all the stone is quite a light brick, it comes across quite well. And because it has been raining, the floor down there below me, where all the fountains are, have got subtle reflections to them, as you can see. So capturing someone with a bit of negative space there, it's pretty good. It always works out well. One of the overarching themes of shooting in flat light is definitely shooting in monochrome. So you will notice that quite a lot of these shots will be in monochrome. Don't worry, we all like it, we all do it. It's fine. Monochrome's the way to go. Unless you've got a very typical surrounding, and so all the surroundings are one color and you've got a pop of color. That stands out as well, but for the most part, it's monochrome. So as you can see as well, with that lady resting up against the wall, prime example of natural contrast. The white of the brick, dark of the outfit. Really stands out, especially if you turn that shot into monochrome. Another thing when shooting in flat light is you've got to really look towards minimalism and capturing the finer details. So you're not capturing vast scenes with shadows, you're trying to isolate someone against the backdrop, like I said earlier, with natural contrast, and really focus on like little bits of texture that you see here and there and just the general bits. This wall is a prime example. It's very blank, and if you take me as a subject, I'm walking around but I've got dark clothing on against this backdrop. It creates quite a lot of contrast. Now if we turn me black and white, you see that the wall shows up even more. So that's why most of my shots are in monochrome when it is a day like today, because you're not relying on too much color, you're more relying on a little bit of texture, a little bit of minimal space, and you're just trying to find that contrast where you can get it. Another thing is just trying to find, you know, the light on windows inside and projecting from the outside to in and stuff like that. And it's basically what you would do in night photography, but you haven't got the neon and the artificial light yet to back it up. So you're looking for details, you're looking for minimal space, you're looking for texture, all of that sort of stuff. And this wall is quite perfect for it, really, because you've got a little bit of texture there as well, just to give the scene something different, you know? It's lucky it's sort of this time of year because Christmas markets are up already, and that helps. Like I say, look for the light as and when you can. So that's pretty much all of my little techniques that I use. I didn't get anything good in terms of photos today, so I've overlaid a lot of photos that I've done in the past. You can sort of get the idea from there. In short, shooting in monochrome is always good. Look for a pop of colour every now and then. If your background is pretty plain, a pop of colour goes a long way to draw your eye in. Texture and minimalism, and that's pretty much it. You can also focus on people's expressions. For people that focus on the people when doing street photography rather than the scene, dull light doesn't really affect it too much. They can still get quirky characters and all that sort of stuff, but for those that want to shoot the scene, they're the tips I use. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, next week, next Sunday, for another video. Bye bye.